Okay, so I've seen a few things on the collapse for 2013, the coming collapse. Hands up who's seen the coming collapse for every year since 2008. There's a few people, conspiracy theorists, who, are certain that every year this is going to be the year for the collapse. It's happening this year, buddy. Get ready, buddy. I'm telling you. Oh, news just in. She's about to hit the deck. So is it this year or next year? You ever realise I never make a point of saying when I think it's going to be? You know why? Because I don't know. I don't think it's a very wise move to say it's going to be this year, because I don't believe it can be told by really any people just straight up. I mean, even Ron Paul thought that he could see there was a build-up to a collapse. And to see a build-up to a collapse is one thing, that's just no big deal. But being able to predict the very moment when it happens, that's a bit of flaming Pinocchioism. You can't really just pick that. Ron Paul knew there was troubles with the housing market. He predicted, at 2005, I'm not saying he predicted, but in 2005 he thought there's no way known this can continue on any longer. It's got to flame and hit the deck here. And he said he just could not believe it, that it actually strung out to 2008, because he remembered at 2005 he's looking at the prices and looking at the way things are going, he's just going, there's no way this can hang out for any more than another 6 months. And it did. It hung out for another 3 years. And this is the thing. You can't really tell when a collapse is going to come until things start cresting. Until the little wave that's going over the top starts cresting at the top, and then, bang. But until you see that top of the wave just starting to curl over, you don't know when it's actually going to crash. And, you ain't just going to get a whole bunch of white fizzy seawater. You're going to get a bit worse than that. The thing is, though, when a collapse does come, it'll sort of be something that you see things happen on the news, and they actually seriously make the news. They make the front page. And by that time, if you're not sorted by then, shit, you got about a week or two to go. It may be as short as that. It could be 6 weeks, but it could also go very slowly. But when things do really start going wrong, they tend to go wrong very quick. And you say, well, why? Why is it going to go wrong real quick as opposed to real slow? Because it's the herd mentality, and there's this sort of stampede mentality in the stock market. And what it will take is probably the Chinese, I reckon. I really think it will be the Chinese that'll start it. They'll just stop buying US debt, because basically they'll be well established enough, or they'll sort of come to the realisation that this is ridiculous. There's no way the Americans are ever going to pay this back. We couldn't even make them work this off. They just don't have enough assets of oil in Texas and whatnot to pay for this. We're just going to pull the pin, or there's going to be some sort of a shake-up. And I believe, without a doubt, it'll involve the Chinese. It may involve Europeans, but I think, seeing that China's the one that's bankrolling a lot of the debt, I think it will involve the Chinese. And even as I said in my Boston Marathon, hopefully nothing to do with North Korea video, there'll be some sort of something that happens And it may just be an announcement by, like, the Federal Reserve in China or something like that. You know, but it'll be some announcement, and it'll be, you know, almost like Gorbachev announcing the end of the Soviet Union, or some big thing hitting the paper, and that's when things are going to really go whoopee-doo. And you mightn't see anything straight up, but the stock exchange will go absolutely psychotic. Then people will say, why is the stock exchange going stupid? Should I be worried here? And then all it needs is a couple of people talking crap on talkback radio to say, this is it, the game's over, and then you'll see the panic buying like you did after the earthquake in Japan, shelves completely empty and things like that. But all you need is some big thing to hit the front page, several hours later, talkback radio firing up with a whole heap of crap, rumours and innuendo flying, and then the panic will set in, and then that's it, the shelves will be bare. And that could literally happen within the first 48 hours, or it could be sort of a 6-week sort of thing before it turns real bad. But when it does turn bad, she turns bad real quick. So yeah, I understand why there's preppers over there big time.